Dubai police stormed a penthouse at sunrise and found a billionaire sheikh bleeding out on marble floors. But here's what they never saw coming. The killer was his mistress, a devout Muslim wife sworn to purity, now the prime suspect in a murder that's tearing Dubai's elite apart. How did a sacred marriage lead to cold-blooded murder? Was it her jealous husband, the sheikh's hidden enemies, or did she pull the trigger herself? The truth? This wasn't just a crime of passion. It was a revenge plot, years in the making. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why she snapped. Don't look away now. Smash that like button. This story gets wilder than a desert sandstorm. And subscribe unless you want to miss the twist nobody predicted. It started at the Royal Mirage Hotel, where gold-plated elevators carried secrets to penthouse suites, a charity gala for orphans. Ironic, considering the sins about to unfold. Layla, devout wife, mother of 3, had never tasted champagne. Until that night. Until him, Sheikh Khalid Al-Farsi, 45 years old, net worth $2.3 billion, and a predator in a tailored suit. Sheikh's smirk as he notices her. His first move? A mistaken brush of fingers as he handed her a donation check. His second? Whispering in Arabic, "Your eyes shame the stars." And just like that, her resistance crumbled like desert sand. While her husband knelt toward Mecca, Layla was slipping her phone number into a billionaire's pocket. But this wasn't lust, it was something far more dangerous. A woman realizing her power. 3 days later, her husband found the hotel keycard in her purse, and that's when the clock started ticking toward murder. Drop a comment right now. Was Layla a victim? Or did she know exactly what she was doing? And subscribe. The first time she entered his world, the air smelled of jasmine and money. His business meetings were lessons in seduction. Champagne flutes placed just so, silk cushions arranged for falling. Her hand trembling as she accepts a diamond bracelet in Sheikh's private beach house, waves crashing against glass walls. Gifts arrived weekly, a Cartier watch, a Birkin bag with her initials in gold, but the real price tag? Her silence. Because behind closed doors, the sheikh had rules. No calls after sunset, no tears, no names. She became a ghost in her own home, cooking dinner with his scent still on her skin, laughing at her husband's jokes while replaying the sheikh's promises. "I'll divorce my wives for you." Lies wrapped in Versace. But here's what she didn't see coming. The sheikh wasn't just cheating. He was documenting everything: photos, hotel receipts, even her children's school schedules. Insurance, he called it. Then came the night she found the second phone, and the messages to another woman, with the same promises, the same gifts, the same exact bracelet. Smash that like button if your skin just crawled. And subscribe, because the video reveals what happens when a cornered woman stops being polite. It was the lipstick that betrayed her. Not the shade, crimson, forbidden, but where he found it. Smudged on a receipt for a $95,000 diamond choker tucked inside her Quran. 1 second. That's how long it took for Ibrahim's faith to shatter. The numbers burned his eyes. Payment authorized, K. Al-Farsi. The same man who'd kissed his cheeks at Friday prayers. All those months, the sheikh wasn't just stealing his wife. He was mocking him in God's house. You let him buy you like a, "What was the price for my honor, Layla?" Ibrahim, voice breaking, after slams receipt on marble counter. Then a sound never heard before, her Quran hitting the wall. The book that had guided her life now lay splayed on the floor like a wounded bird. And for the first time, she didn't pick it up. What Ibrahim did next would send shockwaves through Dubai's underworld. Because this quiet man, he knew about the other women, and he knew exactly where the sheikh slept. This story's about to detonate. Subscribe now. The next 72 hours will rewrite 3 lives forever. Sheikh's private villa, 3:17. AM, security, camera timestamp glows red. The gate code still worked. That's what shattered her last hope. After everything, he hadn't even bothered to change it, like she was just another discarded toy. Leela's high heels, crushing broken champagne glass as she enters. The penthouse reeked of her replacement, cheap perfume and regret. And there he was, Sheikh Khalid, barefoot in $3,000 pajamas, scrolling through photos of her children on his phone. Layla, screaming, raw. You swore on the Prophet's name you'd never touch them. Sheikh laughs, taps his temple. Sheikh, mocking. Insurance, Habibti, now be a good girl, and sound of metal clicking. Layla's hand tremulously raising a pearl-handled pistol. 3 breaths, that's all it took to erase 17 years of obedience. But what happened next, nobody predicted. Sound of metal clicking. Layla's hand tremulously raising a pearl-handled pistol. 3 breaths, that's all it took to erase 17 years of obedience. But what happened next, nobody predicted. The husband kick opened the door. Wide shot reveals blood smeared on white sofa. Because Ibrahim wasn't there to save his wife. He came to finish what she started. Don't dare look away now. That gunshot was just the beginning. Subscribe. The cover-up will haunt Dubai for decades. The gunshot echoed through 6 bedrooms but woke no one. Because in Dubai's most secure compound, gunfire means nothing when you own the police, but this was different. First mistake, the sheikh grabbed the barrel. His palm print now etched onto cold steel, permanent as his arrogance. Second mistake, underestimating a mother's rage when she sees her child's photo on a predator's phone. Layla's diamond bracelet catching light as she pulls the trigger again. The second bullet tore through silk pillows, the third through a $2 million Rothko. But the fourth, that one didn't miss, and suddenly, the man who controlled empires couldn't control his own heartbeat. Ibrahim staggered back, blood dripping from a slashed palm. Ibrahim hadn't come to kill the sheikh, he came to save his wife. But now, with this much blood, even Dubai's best lawyers couldn't spin this as self-defense. Layla's hands shaking as she presses the gun into her husband's bloody palm. Layla whispering and desperate. They'll believe you did it. Pious man defending his honor. They'll never suspect me. What happened next would become Dubai's most infamous forensic blunder, because in their panic, they forgot about the pearls. This story isn't over. Smash subscribe. The trial will expose secrets that'll make tonight look tame. In Dubai Police HQ, mirrored walls reflect infinite copies of Layla in handcuffs. They missed it at first, that single pearl wedged beneath the sheikh's fingernail. Not from his $20 million necklace, but from her wedding jewelry. The same pearls Ibrahim gifted her on their first anniversary. This tiny sphere carried 2 fingerprints and mitochondrial DNA, enough to prove she'd struggled with him, enough to destroy her alibi. But the real surprise? The prosecution never got to use it. In undisclosed location, elderly man in Kandahar, sliding a dossier across a table. Because someone wanted this case buried, and they brought receipts, photos of the sheikh with judges' wives, bank transfers to politicians, even evidence he'd orchestrated 3 other suicides. Suddenly, the Crown Prince's office had a new priority: make this disappear. But not for justice, for damage control. Leela's voiceover from Prison Phone. They offered me freedom if I called it temporary insanity. Said my children could keep their passports if I stopped asking questions. So, on January 14th, 2023, Layla Al-Mansouri pled guilty to manslaughter and walked free with time served. But as the gavel fell, two men exchanged nods across the courtroom. One was her husband, the other, the Sheikh's twin brother. This is where most channels stop. Ours? We tracked the $287 million inheritance and what really happened to those other women. Smash subscribe, the sequel goes darker.